Again, gusto ko tong part na to. Ngayon ko lang din talaga nakikita. Sabi niya, hindi ko napipilit pa. That's the line of the song. Pero nakita mo yung visually, pinakita that they're holding each other na parang they don't wanna let each other go. Which is very contrasting of saying, hindi ko napipilit pa yun. I'm not gonna force it. Okay, you're watching Garage Bun. This is my other channel for those who have been watching the other serious channel, which is Frame 316 Media. And I would appreciate if you would subscribe to both. So today I'm gonna be doing something new. I'm not even sure if I will end up uploading this, but as an artist, as a musician, this caught my attention because it's making the rounds on the internet right now. First, I don't know the story of the two main characters here, so I did a bit of a research. But I'm not gonna be talking about what happened to them. I wanna talk about, in a way, react to how it's done. The artistry behind it, the technical stuff behind it. As someone who loves doing videos, I'm really bored. Not, I don't know if that's the right term, pero you won't really expect me like my other peers who started doing, weddings and prenup videos, stuff like that. I tried doing it before, but I have a prerequisite. Kailangan kaibigan kita because, or I know you up to a certain degree. Kasi I don't think I will be authentic enough to tell your story as a couple if I don't know you. And you're just gonna pay me and pay me for my skill set on how I can do that. So I really focus all my efforts on doing more corporate stuff, more business stuff, which is more focused on storytelling. But since I love dealing with stuff that involves stories, and this channel Garage Bun, as you can see in the opening, it deals with music as well. So I'm gonna watch this for the first time and just give you what I think, talk about what comes up into my mind as I'm watching this, because this stuff here is a bit popular nowadays. So let's watch this. I'm gonna be watching Moira de la Torres Paubaya official music video for the first time. So I'm gonna be watching this video and let's go.
Do you take Julia to be your lawful wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do you part?
I do.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause for here for a moment. Uh, of course, we know that itong dalawa na to artista sila, so they can practically do this na sobrang dali lang, But what I've read, based from my quick research, is meron talagang parang they wanted, or people around them was like saying ito daw video na to was the closure to whatever happened to both of them. And I don't have any say, but in my mind, at the back of my mind, I know that they are actors, the actor and the actress, and at a certain point, syempre, they know what they're doing. But as I've read, makita mo talaga daw sa mata nila na it's something that really happened to them. So it looks quite obvious with what we're looking at right now. So let's play this. So the opening scene is this Joshua and Julia character. They're in a wedding setup. Okay, it's called The Last Chapter.
Saan nagsimulang magbago ang lahat? Kailan nung ako'y di na naging sapat?
Okay, I've had my share of writing songs like this before when I was younger, and what I can say is I like how it started with these opening visuals, knowing na so nilagyan talaga nila ng contrast kasi sobrang bigat nung opening lines nitong kanta. And of course, you would expect na this is something that would not really end up, happy. People are smiling, but it's more of how the filmmaker made it in a way to show that sense of contrast, which in this case I like it kasi yung first line niya, 'di ba, sabi niya, saan nagsimula magbago ang lahat, kailan nung ako'y di na naging sapat. I think I would have to turn off the um, subtitles. It sucks. Okay, so let's play this.
Ba't di mo sinabi nung una pa lang ako ang kailangan, pero di ang mahal.
Okay, so yung next few lines dun sa kanta, meron siyang sinabi na, but, ano ba yun? Di mo sinabi nung una pa lang ako yung kailangan, pero di ang mahal. That's another, sad poetic lines. But the video was showing a bit of another, very contrasting visuals. And I like that they use yung intimacy ng dalawang character. Pero the song was saying, this looks like you love me, ako yung mahal mo, pero hindi mo sinabi nung umpisa pa lang. Kailangan mo lang pala ako, pero di ba ako mahal. So again, we're doing an artistic take. I don't want to be killjoy to everyone who really loves this video. Let's play this again. Of course, default yung mga drone shots, di ba?
Saan nagkulang ang aking pagmamahal? Lahat ay binigay ng mapangiti.
Okay, so something that you would really expect is, another set of contrasting visuals and lyrics sa kanta kasi it follows the same like tone na the singer or the person who wrote the song is really sad, and the filmmaker decides to fill it with visuals na talagang showing them in love, showing them at the prime of their life as lovers. But obviously this is something like a throwback. So at this stage, I haven't seen the video. This is the first time that I'm watching the video. So I hope at this stage is meron silang gagawing somewhat different sa tone of color to differentiate na what they were showing sa umpisa ay parang throwback, parang ganun. So let's see.
Kalang ba't di ko nakita?
This part, magaling to kasi yung lines nung kanta, sinabi ba't di ko nakita, pero exactly, I think it's intentional that the editor or the filmmaker did it in a way na yung frame na yon pinakita na nagkakatinginan sila. So, as you would notice, yung talagang direction ng MTV is more on contrast talaga. Obviously, but di ko nakita yung line, pero they were looking at each other's eyes, which I think is really a strong way to convey something really specific about the storyline.
Na ayaw mo na ako ang kasama, pero hanap mo siya. At kung masaya ka sa piling niya, hindi ko na
I like Moira's voice, by the way. I've heard, a few of her songs. Again, gusto ko tong part na to. Ngayon ko lang din talaga nakikita. Sabi niya, hindi ko napipilit pa. That's the line of the song. Pero nakita mo yung visually, pinakita that they're holding each other na parang they don't wanna let each other go. Which is very contrasting of saying, hindi ko napipilit pa yun. I'm not gonna force it. Pero it's that sense of ownership na dito ka lang sa tabi ko. Kang I can't believe I'm saying this and I'm doing this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, it's fun. And everything we're trying to do in Garage Bun is fun. And Garage Bun rhymes with fun. So, yeah. Okay, very standard, when you're filming videos. using like a shallow depth of field na camera to show something like this where it's like milky and nagbo-blur and then somewhat nakafocus lang sa kamay. So kayo mga filmmakers, try to always do this because this is interesting. Again, tanging hiling ko lang sa kanya. This talks about prayer, and looking at the frame, makikita mo na what I like about this, pinapakita visually na yung humihiling yung kumakanta. So the character, yung kumakanta siya yung babae. And somewhat she is faced with this desire to be with the man that he loves, and hinihiling niya to sa kanya, to a higher being. In this case it's God, the Jesus on the cross, and that visuals is really strong, and yeah, I like that. Okay, another contrast, huwag kang paluhain, pero it's showing Julia na medyo teary-eyed na siya. So makikita mo yung consistency, no? So when you're doing videos, I haven't done any serious MTV, though I'm planning to do. But, in terms of storytelling, makikita mo yung sobrang intentional ng filmmaker na storyline niya. I wanna show contrast. Kaya siguro naging sobrang high impact nitong video na to because, the real life story of Joshua and Julia. And it's showing yung characters nila na sobrang, this is the song, this is a sad song, and slowly, this is our life, and this is, what happened to us. And parang sinasabi na this song is very fitting to our story.
At alagaan ka niya.
This is another great shot kasi syempre walang lyrics, and when you do MTVs like this, you always base on the emotion na binibigay ng lyrics, yung flow ng tunog, and ang galing ng pagkakagawa kasi yung coming from the scene of that prayer, hinihiling ko lang sa kanya na sana'y, ano ba yung sabi doon, tanging hiling ko lang sa kanya ay huwag kang paluhain at alagaan kanya, and showing this shot, I don't know if it's a drone or a stabilizer shot. It really looks good kasi knowing that at this part wala namang lyrics. Let me just mute my phone.
Saan natigil ang pagiging totoo? Sa tuwing mababanggit na mahal mo ako, ba't di mo inamin na merong iba?
I think again, this shot is really powerful because a wedding is supposed to be attended by people, a lot of people. In general, people who support your decision to be together. Kasama nyo dapat sa wedding, but this shot was really made, really good. Showing Julia as the bride walking inside, pero makita mo na empty, and then wala din yung pare na magbe-bless nung wedding nila. So that this is going into a bit of a different direction, and nakita natin yung shots nag flip back and forth dun sa pinakita kanina, which is them crying, them happy, and let's see what's gonna happen next.
Ako ang kayakan, pero isip mo siya. Ako masaya ka sa piling niya. Hindi ko na pipilit pa.
Okay, so I think this shot is somewhat the storyteller or the filmmaker was trying to convey, they're trying to reveal the ultimate direction of the story. Kanina sabi ko wala yung pare, so ngayon meron ng pare. And kanina nag-start siya, showing contrast. But ngayon, medyo ginagawa niya ng literal yung visual. Kasi inulit yung line na hindi ko na ipipilit pa. Pinakalagay dun sa line na yun, hindi ko na ipipilit pa. Kung masaya ka sa feeling niya, hindi ko na pipilit pa. So, if you remember, the previous shot was them holding each other, talagang close. They don't wanna let each other go. Pero dito, it's like a decision na they have to do. And I like the illustration na nandun na sila sa wedding part nung life nila, and they're about to commit, and say yes, I'm gonna do this with you. But apparently Julia back out. I'm not sure if that is to show that Julia is the good side of the story and Joshua is the bad side of the story. I really didn't dig deep into what happened to them. I'm here to appreciate the artistry behind how it's done, the video.
Ang tanging hiling ko lang sa kanya, huwag kang paluhain at alagaan ka niya. Pati ko naisip na merong hanggan.
So, I think this is the great reveal. Ito yung mga snippets na nakikita ko online. Again, the marriage, hindi natuloy. Yung wedding nila, hindi natuloy. Julia apparently ran out of the church. And it showed sa video na si Joshua, he's waiting. And then, eventually, diniliman yung eksena. So, it conveys na it took time na nag-aantay yung guy, for something to happen. And that something happened when Julia came back to the church. And I think this is the part where, they would engage in a, deep-hearted conversation and whatever they want to say. Hindi ko masyadong nag-gets yun, pero nakita ko lang mga reaction ng mga tao. So, again, magaling yung pagkakagawa kasi it wants to convey na one part of the story, the guilt, the waiting is there kasi church, looking at God on the cross, and then staying there, then meron transition galing sa sobrang liwanag, naging madilim na, so that depicts, time of waiting. And eventually, pagbalik ng babae, it shows na, part of the other side of the story, bumalik yung babae and still wearing the dress. It shows that, although it took time para dumating sa ganitong stage, pinapakita na I left like this and I think I need to do something and go back, pero, in the same state, parang ganon.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Josh. I'm sorry na pagod ako. I'm sorry na wala ako. Natakot ako kasi hindi kita mahanap doon. Binigay ko lahat. Binigay ko sa lahat. Naubos lang ako. Sorry, nasaktan kita.
Sorry. Sorry kung wala ako nung mga panahon kailangan mo ako. Sorry kung wala ako nung kailangan mo ng mga kapitan. Sorry kung hindi kita na-protektahan. Hindi man lang kita na-protect. Takot ako. Sobra. Pero gusto ko nandun ako. Gusto ko nandun ako nung nasasaktan ka. Pero wala. Siguro dahil alam ko na rin na hindi talaga tayo para sa isa't isa.
Sinumukha naman kita, diba? Kailangan naman natin, diba?
You tried. Gusto ko mag-thank you sa'yo sa lahat ng memories na binigay mo sa akin. Hindi man natin nagawa yung mga pangarap natin. Masaya na ako sa mga pinagsamahan natin. Masaya ako na masaya ka.
Gusto kong maging masaya kayo.
Thank you. Thank you. Ako ka. Gusto ko malaman mo na pinapatawad kita.
Pinapatawad din kita.
Ko. Take care of yourself. I need to.
Ako yung nauna.
Okay, that was a deep, conversation. Ang deep no eksena na yon. I think this is what everyone was raving about. Pero for me, I think yun naging twist doon sa part na they were like forgiving each other, asking for forgiveness, being appreciative of their time together. Parang I don't know what the storyteller was trying to do, but somehow na naging blur at this part ng story kung kasi the song is paubaya, so one is nagpapaubaya over the other. But I think the great reveal na ginawa nila rito is ginawa nilang parang both sides nagpapaubaya, not just for the other to be the other person to be happy, but of course also pinapakita nila na they both wanted to be better versions of themselves. Pero yun nga, sana nagstick yung storyline na kung if it's the girl who's saying na ako yung nagpapaubaya because this happened, I hope they made it clear yung delivery na somehow merong one part na nag-accept na or naging clear na nag-stick sila doon sa storyline na it was the girl na nagpapaubaya. Pero at this part, siguro nga because they have, a story na totoong nangyari sa buhay nila. So the storyteller wanted to capitalize on this scene at ipakita na both sila ay nagpapaubaya eventually because they need to. And I think it's very intentional na ginawa yun sa story na ito.
Pero sa ang wakas at kita naman sa iyong mga mata kung bakit pinili mo siya. Mahirap labanan ang tinadhana. Pinapalaya, pinapaubaya ko na sa kanya.
Okay, so that's another twist kasi supposed to be the story was parang pinapaubaya. Yung parang storyline niya, pinapaubaya nung isa, yung partner niya to that other person who's supposed to love her in replacement or him na palang kapalit. Pero nakita natin si Moira, she was pointing upwards, depicting na ang sinasabing kanya towards the end is, let, God do as He planned for both of these characters, si Julia at saka si Joshua, dito sa storyline. Pero what I like again about how it's executed was nag-antay kanina si Joshua sa church, bumalik si Julia. And when they made that deep conversation, Joshua was the one who left the church. Then si Julia yung nagstay. So kung, if you're gonna think about it, although hindi naging clear sino yung nagpapaubaya kanino, because Julia was left in front of the altar where a wedding is supposed to be happen. So, visually, siguro parang dito pinakita na si Joshua yung eventually nagpapaubaya and Julia will, be left to forge her future. She's gonna get married. She chose someone else. Kasi, nagsisimbolize kasi dito yung loob ng church, yung altar. It's that dedication to commit to a relationship. Kasi wedding yung setting nila eh. So I really like that the way they ended it na hindi man naging klaro. Sabi ko nga kanina, I mentioned hindi naging klaro sino ba yung nagpapaubaya kanino, di ba? Pero at the ending, it's really amazing. It's good na pinakita. And somehow it's really related to what happened to their story. I-search nyo na lang kung gusto nyo malaman kasi this is not a showbiz channel. It's the first time that I'm actually doing this. So, tingnan natin what else is left in a few minutes. Okay, so directed by Nick Ablao. Haven't seen any of his work. I like this kasi sinama nila yung songwriter to be part of the story writer, which is, I think it's like a huge shout out and respect to what Moira did and how she interpreted the music. And yeah, so yun yung artistic feedback dito sa isang sikat na kanta na dito MTV. Medyo matagal naman na tong kanta na to. Pero talagang parang nananadya, yung MTV nilabas niya ng February 14 kasi February 14 sobrang symbolic yan sa madaming bagay sa mga taong may partner, moving on, nagiging masaya sila or moving forward to a different stage of their relationship. Pero yun yung aking take. I'm not saying that's the absolute, take or it's part of my, like desire as a content creator. It's part of my role as a content creator when I see something like this, to give my insights. And it's my channel. So, I hope, a lot of you will not hate me for doing this, but it's really good. Ang talagang parang ultimate na, ano ba tawag doon? Yung last word ko for the video, the song, the storyline, the visual, how it was executed. I'm not gonna say about what happened eventually to Julia and not gonna talk about that, what happened to Julia and Joshua, but I like, you know, the execution of the MTV. And yun, salamat. And I hope we can do a lot of this thing. Masaya pala to, yung first time manonood ng video, and then I'm just gonna blurt out my, you know, nothingness and talk about it. Thank you for watching. Sana sa susunod na video na lang kayo. Salamat.